Mancini, co-author of Eating Las Vegas, the 50 Essential Restaurants, here today with another one of the great chefs who is featured in the book, the great Francois Payard. Francois, how are you, chef?
How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. Thanks a lot for having me in here today. It's great to be here with you.
Thank you.
First of all, this is a beautiful restaurant, beautiful pastry restaurant. You're known as one of the greatest pastry chefs in the world, if not the greatest pastry chef in the world. You were a third-generation pastry chef, correct?
Yes.
So your parents were pastry chefs, your grandparents were pastry chefs. This is in your blood. How young were you when you first started cooking in your family's kitchen?
Pretty much, I grew up in the middle of food, and I grew up in the middle of the pastry shop. And for years and years, my parents used to cook, used to bake, and one day I decided to do something different. And I was looking at the beginning to do like a catering chef. And I tried a few times, And after that, I took a summer job. And it was in a bakery, and I realized that my forte was really the bakery. That's the reason I know both sides of the world, But in Las Vegas, it's really something different that we have to offer. We have the smallest restaurant. Now we have a new chef, Adil, and he's an incredible chef. And the whole dinner menu is all around some specialty used to make at Payard, New York before, but Adil twist, on the food, and it's very, very important because like that we can combine the two worlds of the pastry and the dining experience. And we was very successful during the breakfast and lunch, and everybody was asking when we open for dinner. Then finally we opened for dinner, and I invite you to visit our dinner menu. And it's for me, Payard is an incredible experience. Because you can come in the front having just a breakfast or a coffee, you can come back the afternoon to having lunch, and you can come back for dinner. During the whole day, we have three concepts to offer to you. And I don't think too many places are having three concepts to offer all day long, It's pretty much like a little brasserie.
Right.
And
Okay, sorry about that. Let's talk a bit about what you do for breakfast, and out in the front room, you also do crepes out there, correct?
Yes, we do a lot. You want to shut the music?
Yeah.
Hey, Chef, we could... Okay.
Let's shut the music, yeah.
So we're back with Francois Payard. I want to talk a bit about the crepes. I want to go through all of these great concepts you have, but the crepes are amazing.
Yes, the crepes is really like, I think in Vegas, everybody loves crepes, And when we opened, we was trying to get something very different and for breakfast, and it became then the crepe and the sandwich are a very big seller for breakfast. Why? Because in New York, it's a very different market. We don't sell so much sandwich with eggs like that. But in Vegas, people are waking up at every time of the day. Then we can have a lot of things to offer. And crepes, we have a big line of crepes between the savory crepe and the sweet crepes, And it's true that sometimes the line is a little bit too long because it takes 5 minutes to make them. But you know what? I think it's like every good thing, because it's made to order. You have to wait a little bit. And when you have a crepe, it's something that you can. I know when I have one, I remember the old days when I was in France or in Brittany, and I used to go to have a crepes, and something so simple but so incredible to have.
Since you are known for doing the sweets and doing desserts, when you do just lunch and dinner here, what is the main idea you're trying to bring to this food? What's the concept?
The concept is a little bit after the Payard New York menu, but now we're having a great chef like Adil. We can twist a little bit the menu with Adil on twist, and pretty much the lunch stay casual. I would like to say very casual, very affordable, with the breakfast, the breakfast, the buffet, and for dinner we try to make a little French bistro. The whole idea about Payard is the smallest restaurant in Las Vegas. I think it's very intimate restaurant. It's very small.
And how many people does it seat? Just so
42 seats.
42 seats.
The whole idea, we don't want to make like a big production restaurant. The whole idea is to make a nice restaurant and you like to become like your own restaurant, And that's the reason the menu is pretty much like a French bistro, what you expect. nice, great value, and very affordable.
What I find interesting about the dishes here is that they're not over the top, ridiculously fancy. What they are simple, approachable food that everyone can understand, but with this exquisite French preparation. This, you know.
Exactly, it's even something so basic like the chicken that Adil prepare, but you know, he still have a chicken and chicken. I mean, you can have many bad chicken, dry chicken, or a very fresh, juicy chicken just baked for you. And you know, it's sometimes some things so simple and you forgot as simple it was, but how good it is. And that's the most important things in our vision is simple ingredients, but you know, prepare with an incredible twist.
Menu, which we're going to show people in a few minutes, but the lunch menu is amazing. I think one of the best deals, and we mentioned it in the book, probably one of the best deals in all of Las Vegas. 3 courses for $21.
Yes, that was a great idea about like a restaurant week in New York, and to try to keep the place busy. You know, we like the bistro be like something bustling, you know, don't want something, and by doing that at $21, it can come someday and it be very busy, and it's what people like, you know, to see a place bustling and everything. And pretty much the menu change, you know, like we change every season, and I think everybody can afford $21, and I think it's like you say, the best burger in town.
Right. Now, you are in town today because you are here promoting Vegas Uncorked,
yes,
which is coming up in May, correct?
In May.
Right. So tell me, why do you come out here to do Vegas Uncorked every year, and why is this such a great event?
I think this is an incredible event. You know, imagine last year of the crisis, the whole events were sold out. Alors, you know, when you're in crisis, pretty much events, you know, have hard time to be sold because everybody is saving money. I mean, on the response of the people, really is a good response. And for us, it's a time to meet everybody. Everybody come, you know, all the big chefs come, everybody having a restaurant come. And I think this is a great event because we can showcase. And this year, we're very proud. Adil may prepare an incredible menu. We may do a dinner series in the restaurant, because last year we don't do because it was not open for dinner, and we may do the 3 events, a dinner series at the pool, and we may do a cooking class, and pretty much, you know, I think it's a great event because it brings all of us together, and the after party is incredible.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to get me a ticket to that after party. In the meantime, I also wanted to mention, as I said earlier, you were included here in the book, Eating Las Vegas, the
Thank
50
you so
Essential
much.
Restaurants. And, you know, how do you feel? How's it feel to be singled out by 3 restaurant critics here in town as one of the 50 restaurants we really consider essential in showing off Las Vegas?
Tell you the truth, I was very proud to be part of the 50 restaurant because we are the smallest restaurant. And it's a restaurant, you know, with no expectation because it's a very tiny kitchen, but I think it's much more to offer. It's a very charming restaurant, and because it's so tiny, it has its own charm with a great food with a new chef like Adil.
Okay, we're about to have one of the lunches come out, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll show people what you offer for that great $21 lunch.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Things up right here. This is the world famous prefix $21 lunch that you get here. And chef, could you tell me what we're looking at right here?
Alors over here we have a tomato mozzarella like a Napoleon, but it's a little bit presented, you know, like a tomato mozzarella with a Napoleon with a mozzarella over here. And we have little crouton, it just helps you to have your tomato mozzarella, but if you like to eat just like that, you can. And over here is a fish. Alors it's presented like that, you know, and pretty much for the $21 you can have a 2 course, and after you have a selection of a dessert, and we can show you.
And this is another one of our appetizer choices, right?
Voilà, this one is a shrimp appetizer.
Shrimp romesco.
Shrimp romesco.
It's romesco is little red peppers from Spain, and we avoid actually the almonds because a lot of people are allergic to nuts. So it's chunky. It goes well with the shrimp, the garlic, and the white wine sauce.
Great. And this, of course, is Chef Adil that we're speaking to. Here, this is the man who actually does the cooking for
Exactly.
you most of the time, correct?
He's the one in charge of all the cooking.
Great. Okay, thank you very much. And of course, when you get this, so you'll get one of these 2 appetizers. You'll get that entree or a chicken, I believe, correct?
Yes.
Are your options. and that's a fish that's changed daily or depending on what's in season. What's in season, and then of course one of your signature desserts will be what rounds out the $21 three-course lunch here.
It's a good bargain.
It is an incredible bargain.
But all about quality.
Absolutely. I mean, beautiful. You could just tell the all of the detail that goes into this thing. I mean, to both of these, just absolutely beautiful. Everything here, incredible. So now that I've got you, though, we were talking, and because I want to break this news, one last thing that we'll chat about. You said you've got some new truffles coming out, and you're doing something with a whiskey company that's a little original. And
Yes.
these are coming out within the next week or so, right?
Next week is coming out. We work like for 3 months, with a Bourbon company, ATI, and we choose a single barrel 18 year, and we create these truffles. And I found an incredible chocolate for these truffles, a new organic chocolate trowel, and it become on the market. It start to people know about. It's very very good and very very interesting. And what we try to do was to create a Bourbon truffles. Bourbon, more and more women like Bourbon because they think it's very feminine. They have Bourbon very masculine and they are much more very feminine. And we was trying to create these truffles, but not just by using the alcohol of the Bourbon. And we work with a Bourbon company to use a mash. And we try many different recipes with a mash before fermentation and after fermentation. And what we do with the mash, we infuse the mash into the ganache, and the mash gives the yeasty flavor and everything. And after we mix the chocolate and we make these truffles, and after we add the alcohol, and you may see it's an incredible flavor we have in these truffles using this incredible organic chocolate. And it was a working process because it was something very different, but something that we may show you for Valentine.
Great, and those are going to be available within any of your restaurants?
Yes, they'll be available next week in Las Vegas. It's something that is a short shelf life because the mash have a short shelf life, but something very exclusive, and it can go well for you Valentine or for everyone because Bourbon, more and more women are drinking Bourbon.
Right. Okay, and one more time, Chef Francois Payard featured, and his restaurant here in Las Vegas featured in the book Eating Las Vegas, the 50 Essential Restaurants. Thanks a lot for speaking to us here, Chef.
Thank
Have
you
a great
so much,
day.
and enjoy your lunch.
Thank you.